you down. Sooner or later, I gotta. You go tell that long-tongued liar. You go tell that midnight ride. Tell the rambler, the gambler, the backbiter. Tell him the guy gonna cut him down. Tell him the guy gonna cut him down. You can run on a long time. Run on a long time. Run on a long time. Sooner or later, God will cut you down. Sooner or later, God will cut you down. I'll take one, Ray. Gracious, have you heard the news? My head been wet to midnight too. I've been down on my bended knee, talking to the man from Galilee. He spoke to me in a voice so sweet, I thought I heard the shuffle of angels speak. He called my name to my will. He said, Paul, now do my will. You go tell that long-tongued liar. You go tell that midnight rider. Tell the rambler, the gambler, the backbiter. Tell him the God gonna cut him down. Tell him the God gonna cut him down. You may throw your rock, hide your hand, work in the night against your fellow man, but as sure as God made black and white, what's be done in the dark will be seen in the light. You can run on a long time, run on a long time, run on a long time. Sooner or later, God will cut you down. Sooner or later, God will cut you down.
Alrighty, folks. First one, you've all seen this one before. This is my 1851 Navy 44 cal kirst conversion. I left the loading lever on it. Plus, I put the ejection rod on it. This way, all I gotta do is pop out the wedge, and I can switch it back and forth between cartridges and regular shells. It works fairly well. Just knocked an empty brass out of it. These grips are real ebony. These were, the wood was given to me by Dog the Dog, and one of the subscribers, and I greatly appreciate that. I'm sitting in the truck doing this because it is cold as hell out there. This is the 1860 Army. I haven't figured out what I'm going to do for the ejection rod yet. I may take the loading rod out and use a traditional style one that went in where the loading lever went. Otherwise, I may just do like I did the 1851 Navy. I love the old open tops, and I consider the black powder conversions open tops. I'm trying to warm my fingers up here for a minute. They're my favorite guns as far as looks wise go. Gloves back on. The truck's cooling down just from it being so cold out. I want to thank Long Haul Paul. He did that cover version of God Gonna Cut You Down and let me use it in this video. I'll post a link in the comments to that video so you guys can go and thank him if you would for me, please. I thought that was really nice of him. Again, I got all this inspiration on these from Plowboy's Ghost, he did a Kirst cartridge conversion. Oh, I don't know, a year or so ago, 2 years ago. He was one that inspired me to do it, and I've done two. The next one will be 1860 snub-nose Army with the bird's head grip conversion with the Kirst cartridge converter. On these Kirst cartridge converters, you have to grind that out right there for the loading lever or loading latch. And then you just put this ring in with this cylinder, and that's pretty much all there is to it. Took me about an hour to cut that loading gate out. It did come with a new hand that you have to use. It seems to make it work a lot better. On this one, when you guys seen it before, it had the Magnetus grips on it, and it had the Navy grip frame. I decided to, since I was doing the Army, to put the Army grip frame on this one and kind of make them somewhat of a matching pair. And kick the rest of this empty brass out of this one. I really like these cartridge conversion pistols. I've just been a big fan of old Western movies all my life. I think that the open top style guns have always fascinated me. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Clint Eastwood used a 1872 open top, but it was made to look like an 1851 Navy conversion. And that's probably the very first Western movie I remember really well as a kid. So for me, that was started my fascination with single action revolvers. And I had a lot of black powder when I was younger, and I always liked them, but they're so slow to load compared to cartridge guns. And I mean, it was slow loading them today. My fingers were freezing. I was trying to shoot it with gloves on, and all I could do was just pull the hammer back and let it go. Even with these small, thin gloves, my gigantic hands, it was pushing the trigger back too far. So, I mean, these were not made to shoot in the winter. I truly know now why Fitz cut the front of the trigger guard off on the Fitz specials. When you're shooting guns in the cold like this with gloves on them, it sure is hard to shoot. I want to thank 11 Bang Bang and Wild Snapper. Them were my guys I go to when I need the history of guns, or when I'm having issue with a gun and I'm having a little trouble figuring it out. Them guys are my buddies. They're really good guys. I'll post links to all the channels in the comments. But if you would, seriously, go back and thank Long Haul Paul for letting me use this song, and let him know that it was appreciated. So these are my two conversions, Kirst cartridge conversions, and I'm really happy with the way they turned out. I am going to be starting on making a belt all from scratch, stamping, doing the stamping in it, the sewing, everything myself here real soon, and that'll be for them two guns. Right now I'm using my Hand of God gun holsters for it. Duke Frazier, I'll post a link to his channel too in the comments. He's hooking me up with the leather for the holsters and the patterns and that. I'm gonna actually stamp them and stitch them myself too. I'm gonna try this, doing this leather work. Hopefully it turns out good. If not, well, there was something to do on a cold winter day like today. I am going to cut this video off here. If you guys have any questions, put them in the comments, and I'll be sure to answer them. But that's the 1860 Army, and that is the 1851 Navy with the Army grip, and the ebony wood that I got from the subscriber dog. So that's it. That's them. Like I said, you got to cut this out a little bit, put these in. Overall, I'm really pleased with them. So I hope everybody has a great day, and I will talk to you soon.